Hello, everybody. My name is Camper, and welcome back to the server name Pending Server. It has been a minute, guys, and I'll be honest with you, I think that last clip was about 3 weeks ago. I am a college student, and life just gets busy a lot of times. But we're back, and I've got a new fancy backdrop that I just whipped together really quick and creative. I'm also feeling very inspired, and I've been doing a lot of work in Lightmatica recently, so I thought for today's episode, I would take it back to the old days where we didn't have Lightmatica and stuff like that, and I'm just going to try and freehand something. I'm really thinking I want to make a mining district because I don't have a good place to go mining for all the stones that I need. So I think today we're going to make a mining district. So guys, without further ado, I am just going to put my head down and get working. So the first thing that we're actually going to need is a beacon. And lucky for me, Fedora has been busy while I've been gone with school and other things. He has built an iron farm, and he's also built a wither skelly farm. Here is the iron farm. It's not finished, as you can tell, but last time I was over here, there looked to be a lot of iron down here. And there is. So like I said, Fedora has been busy. He built a wither skelly farm as well, and so he was actually nice enough to give me 10 beacons. So let's go get digging. I also totally forgot to mention something awesome, but hopefully this is the last time you hear me with horrible mic quality. I finally got a new mic, and it comes in tomorrow. So hopefully I'll do a bunch of work tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be able to talk clearly. So I'll see you guys, and let's get a time lapse going with this dig.
But before I started mining out the hole for the mining district, I wanted to get some netherite tools. So this is what you see here. I'm just doing a little bit of netherite mining. This is just a small clip. I did a lot more off camera besides this, but yeah. All right, guys. I got a new mic, so hopefully these voiceovers sound a lot better and the actual audio in my recording sounds a lot better. But I started mining out this hole for the mining district, and I think I chose literally the worst spot to do this because there was so much water everywhere. It was right above a dripstone cave, so it was super annoying. And also, sorry, but you don't get to see the full thing because my replay footage actually decided to corrupt. So yeah, here's the end of it.
All right, so now that I had the hole mined out, I needed to start gathering materials for the shading slash texturing that I was going to do on the walls of the hole.
Little resource gathering montage here for you. I actually didn't have to gather too much stuff, just light gray concrete powder, light gray wool, and a bunch of brain coral. And I actually ended up gathering way too much brain coral, as you'll see later. I had all the stone and cobblestone from mining out the hole for the mining district, and I had a bunch of acacia wood left over from last episode. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. I almost die here in a second.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I was on my map trying to find my way home, but yeah, here we go.
Okay, so I've got the mining that I want to get done, I think. I mean, like I said, I'm not planning this out. I didn't plan this out in creative. So I'm just winging this, and I think it looks okay. But I think I'm just gonna start building and just kind of see what happens. I gathered some blocks that I think would look good, as you can see, and I probably put a montage of me gathering blocks in the video if I had to make a guess. I haven't started editing this video yet just because I haven't had a ton of time away from college recently, but I think we're just gonna start placing blocks, which is always the hardest part of a project is to actually start placing stuff, but I'll show you guys the gradient slash shading type of thing I'm doing here. Alright, so this is what we're going for. I think it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna start placing blocks. I've seen where people do um big like square things, and I don't think I want to go with that. I think I want to do more of a jagged feel. But yeah, Stam 1O. Yeah, I watch him a lot, and I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. But he does more of a jagged type of stone, and I think I kind of want to recreate that here. So without further ado, I'm gonna get to work. All right, so I've got the first layer done, and I won't lie, guys, I think it looks really good. I definitely collected way too much coral. Like, I definitely do not need this much. And I definitely collected not enough light gray wool. But I'm loving this so far, guys. I really do think it looks really good. And so now that I've done this first layer, I think I've got more of a plan going on. So I think I want there to be an entrance somewhere to get down into this mining area. I don't know where I want it, but okay, well, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, I think I want this river to be connected because this river, I believe, it does not actually, but maybe we'll make it connect to this river because this is where the city is going to be over here, and then the mining area is right here. So I think it'd be cool if this river connected like this, and we also need to connect a river here somehow because I think it would make sense if all of this was connected. Um, so I think we might have a little docking area out here, come up, and then we could have the entrance somewhere right here. And then I want you to be able to slowly walk down. So I don't really know what the next step should be. I think I might just keep placing stone and then try and figure out the path later. But I do need to go gather some more wool first. But anyways, I'm gonna go gather some more wool, and then I'm just gonna keep placing stone and figure stuff out as I go. Okay, so I went and I gathered more gray wool or light gray wool, but I came back and I think I actually do want to get the path in place first so I can know where to put all the stones and stuff because I think I want the path to start here. I don't know, that's really close to the water though. But I just feel like this is a really good point to start. Regardless, I'll figure it out, but I do want to go gather some materials to put together this path. And I don't think I'm going to do anything crazy. So I'm probably just going to go gather some coarse dirt, some spruce, maybe some packed mud. Nothing too crazy. All right. I'm going to go gather those materials and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got this first part of the path put in. I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, I wasn't trying to do anything too crazy, so, just kind of a gradual slope going up towards the top. But I don't really know what I want to do right here. I'm thinking I'll just make this all stone, or just continue this path all the way around. But I think because this is the bottom layer, so this one is probably the freshest and most unstable, might be the right word. I think I just want the way to get down to be a scaffolding ladder type of thing, because if it's the newest one, they might not have a good path to actually go down yet. So, I don't know, that just makes the most sense in my head. But I'm gonna keep placing blocks and just see what happens. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so I've placed a lot more blocks, and I won't lie, guys, this is coming together, and I think it looks really freaking good. I mean, building this part up just makes this whole area, and of course it starts raining as soon as I start showing my build. I'll turn on full bright, although that doesn't really help. Okay, anyways, now that I've completed this part, oh my gosh, the difference it makes. It makes it look so good. I love it. And then coming down here, obviously I need to add some more coarse dirt, like right here. But now coming down this, oh my gosh, guys. I think it looks so freaking good. Let me know what, oh, I'm missing a block right here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I have basically run out of light gray concrete powder, so I'm gonna go get some more of that. Probably gonna shear some more sheep when I get back just to get some more wool, because I only have a little over a stack. So I'm gonna go gather some more materials, and I'll be right back to continue working on this. But I think it looks really sweet so far. All right, be right back. All right, I have more materials. So I'm just gonna, like I said, keep placing blocks, and we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys here in a minute. All right, guys. As you saw in that time lapse, I got a lot done. And in fact, I think I'm actually getting pretty close to being done with the walls completely. I still want to bring around this height all the way around, and then I need to finish this wall and the floor. But I'm not really sure what I want to do with the floor. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with the floor. I guess I'll figure it out. But once again, I have completely run out of light gray wool. So I've got to go gather a little bit more materials. Hopefully this is the last time, and then we can finish the walls of this mining hole area. So yeah, I'm going to go get some more wool for the third time, and I'll be back. And I'm actually also going to fix this really quick because I just noticed this. And I'm just going to let that go. Boom. Fixed. All right. I'm going to go gather some more wool. Wow. This place looks absolutely incredible. I love the way these walls turned out. This whole side over here, I definitely did not plan on it being this far away from the wall, so I definitely dug out more than I had to, but this place looks absolutely incredible. I love it. There is still quite a bit of work to be done. I still need to finish the floor, and I want to touch up the sides all the way around, which basically just bring dirt over to the side. And then I also want to put in all the details. So, like I said, earlier, I want to finish this. Oops, I'll just fall down. And I need to fix a little bit of this. But I want to finish this little path. I want to get a makeshift ladder slash scaffolding type of thing put over here. So I might build like a little thing, a little can't think of the word. Just a little walkout, a little pier type thing over here. So you can get down into the middle. And then I want to have just some more, ladders and scaffolding kind of scattered around. And I would also like to put a build up here, maybe. Maybe overlooking like a crane or something. That could look pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to do is actually make this thing useful. So I want to have a way to get down all the way to the bottom of the world and a way to get back up so that I can go mining for ores and whatnot whenever I need it. And I think I'm just going to leave this beacon here and just move it all the way down and then have a lever at the bottom that turns the beacon on and off so that the beacon beam isn't just always going through. About the crane though, I'm really bad at building stuff like that, so we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I once again ran out of light gray wool, so I need to go collect more so I can finally finish up these sides over here and everything like that. But yeah, we're almost done. So I'm gonna go gather some more wool for the fourth time, and then we'll come back and start adding in all the details. All right, I've got a stack of light gray wool. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these walls and get the ground connected and all of the walls basically just finished up. So yeah, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty much done. Disregard the floor, but I've got all the grass and the dirt in. So it really looks like it's actually a mining area now. You can walk down here. This is so cool. This is like my favorite thing ever. Walk down here. I think I see a missing block. When you stand right here, I think this is where I'm going to have the little walk off and then ladder to go down. My goodness, when you stand in it, it feels a lot bigger than it actually is because, I mean, as far as mining areas go that I've seen other people build, this one's not the biggest. Man, I still think it's so cool. I love it. I love it. I think it's awesome. But now we got to figure out the floor and we got to figure out details. But I think I'm going to work on the floor first just because I really want this to feel like a finished build before I start adding details. So I'm going to work on the floor and I still have to figure out what I want to do for the floor. But when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know and we'll come back and take a look at it together. All right. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is done, and I think it is looking pretty cool, I won't lie. I threw in some little boulders around here, as you can see, and I think it looks really sweet. So the next thing that we need to take care of is our scaffolding that we're going to have around, and then we also need to take care of going up and down to the mine. Need to take care of that. And I think we're gonna also build a cabin or something somewhere. Maybe a crane. Maybe a crane. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about the floor for a second. So the floor. Originally, I was thinking of making basically the whole thing light gray concrete powder and light gray wool, because if this is a mine and they're mining it out, and we're going based on the shading that I've been doing everywhere, then this would be all pretty much directly in the sunlight, and so it would have all been the lightest block it can be. But I thought that would look a little bit too boring, so I went with this coarse dirt. It's basically all coarse dirt, a little bit of brown concrete powder, a little bit of rooted dirt, yeah, a little bit of rooted dirt, and then some regular dirt. I originally had a lot more regular dirt. You might have noticed that in the time lapse, but I didn't like how it looked, so I took it all out and I just made smaller patches next to the rooted dirt. I know it doesn't really make sense why there would be a bunch of dirt right here, but I don't know. It's my build, so I get to decide what to do with it. I think it looks cool. So yeah, we're gonna start working on the details, and I'm very excited to get started on this. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna get busy. All right, guys, I'm back, and this is the first thing I came up with. I know it doesn't look like much from here, but I think down here is where it really shines. I really like this design. I know I've seen other people do something similar to this. I don't know where, but if you know who came up with that, let me know, and I'll make sure to give them credit down in the down in the description. Sorry. But I think it looks really cool. I think I want to put a couple more just kind of dotted around. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that too. And I'm gonna just keep adding details, and I might time lapse this, I might not. So either way, I'll see you guys here in a minute. Okay, editor Camper here. I'm just now realizing as I'm editing this video that I didn't show the second scaffolding I made. The first one is over here. This one's right here. I gotta keep my camera down here because I gotta keep my camera pretty low because there's spoilers to the rest of the video all the way around. But yeah, so that's what the scaffolding looks like. I also put some buttons and pressure plates around. So yeah, now we can move on with the video. I think it was late at night at this point because I also just forgot to mention that the next thing I was going to build was a crane. So I started building it.
All right, VoiceOver Camper is back, and let me know in the comments if you like the voiceovers in these time lapses better, or if you just like the piano music I play. I know nobody really watches these videos, but if for some reason you do and you like one more than the other, let me know in the comments. But anyways, like I said earlier in the video, I am horrible at building cranes, as you will soon see, because I redid this little spruce slab bit, I think 5 times before I finally got one that I thought looked okay, and it still didn't even look that good. But yeah, so I put this little spruce bit, and this is the one that I end up going with, and I think it looks good enough for what I want to do. So then I put the grindstone underneath with some chains, and here in a second you'll see I make a little cart that's holding up some ores. But yeah, let me know if you guys like the crane in the comments, and this video is almost over, so if you do enjoy these, feel free to subscribe if you want, or leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. I really appreciate it. I put a lot of work into these, and yeah.
So I build the crane and then I decide it's time to start building the house. I don't know if you would call it a house, the cabin, the whatever. I decided I need to start building that. And so I gathered materials, which it really wasn't too bad. And then I started building. The house is looking really, really good. And I know I didn't show it in the time lapse, but I built this path over here, put some details around the front of the house just to make it look a little bit better. And most importantly, I did the interior. Also, if any of you guys have a name for this house, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if I like the name of the house, I'll I'll name it. But anyways, I also did a very simple interior in here. It is actually useful, just a little bit of a storage bed. But then down here, let me turn on Fulbright. Down here, we're at the stone level. And then down here, all the way down to deep slate. Got the beacon down here. Flip this lever. Should turn on. Yep. And then we've got haste 2. I just don't like seeing the beacon beam all the time. And then we can take the bubble column all the way back up to the top of the house. And there we are. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I really do appreciate it. I put a ton of time and effort into these, and it means a lot if you made it all the way. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.